No audience does not have to mean no customers. Most people mess this up because they think that you need 10,000 followers or a million subscribers on your email list to make money. That's not true. Today, I'm going to break down what you actually need to do to market your business and your brand with no audience. What's good, people? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Personal Branding Playbook. I'm your host, Coach Chris, and today we're going to break down what do you need to do to make money when you don't have an audience. Like, this online game ties a lot into how many followers you have on social, who's on your email list, and it seems like an uphill battle. It seems impossible when you don't have an audience. Like, how are you going to make money when you don't have a large community of people? And I can tell you that I've never once had over 10,000 followers on any platform, but I've always made money online. I've been an entrepreneur since 2015. The idea that you need to have a ton of followers comes from people who are really influencers and not business owners. Because the difference here is the influencer is a person that makes money largely from how many people they influence, right? That's why they get paid based on how many followers they have, what their engagement is like, how often they post, right? You as a business owner, you get paid based on the problems that you solve. So if your problem that you're solving is affecting a large group of people and you don't have all those people's attention, obviously, because you don't have an audience, but you can reach those people, you're going to make money. That's what it comes down to. So the first thing you got to do is understand what problem you solve. I say this all the time. I'm going to keep saying it because, again, to separate yourself, you need to be solving a problem. If you're not solving a problem, you're just one of those people that's online trying to get attention, doing crazy stuff, trying to be funny or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be a real business owner, you got to solve problems. Solving problems is over here on this side. This is where we on this side solving problems. We help people. We provide people with a specific outcome. Now on this side, you got influencers. They rely on the market. They rely on the audience. They rely on all of that stuff, man. They rely on how many followers they have. How are they getting attention, all that stuff. It's fine. But if you want to be a business owner, you got to get on this side of solving a problem. One thing I've been saying recently is like, you need to narrow down in terms of the problem that you solve. More so than you need to narrow down your niche, right? You need to solve a specific problem. That's more important than the whole who, what, when, where, why thing. Like, focus on the actual solution that you're providing. Because the truth is, if you solve a problem for somebody, it doesn't matter what kind of person they are. They want that solution. For example, if I'm a marriage counselor, I counsel people who are married and don't want to get a divorce, right? I don't go in there and say I only work with this type of couple. Now, some marriage counselors do, and I can almost guarantee they don't make as much money as the other people. Now, marriage counselors that counsel everybody, they make a majority of the money because they solve a major problem that affects a lot of people. It's that simple. Whatever problem you're solving has to be a massive problem that impacts a lot of people. If you want to build a profitable brand, that's where it comes from. It's literally that simple. So it doesn't matter if you have 10 million people that see your posts on Instagram. It doesn't matter how many people are following you, how many people are on your email list, because you solve a problem that is a massive problem. That means it's a big deal, is relevant, and it impacts a lot of people. Now, on the other side of this, where you can do this wrong is, let's say I was trying to solve a problem of helping podcasters figure out the best microphone. If that was the only thing I did, am I solving a problem? Yes, but it's not a pressing problem. It's not that big a deal, because if you want to find out what microphone you need or just basics on your audio, you can easily find that out from YouTube or a Google search or a couple Facebook groups. You don't necessarily have to work with somebody one-on-one or buy a course or go to an event to learn anything about your microphone. Now, you could, but are we really interested in doing that? Probably not. So you want to be solving a problem that is a big problem. It has to be massive. It needs to be like world level, right? And then that problem has to impact a lot of people. If it just hurts a couple people, that's not enough. You need something that impacts a lot of people, like several. The next part you got to understand about this no audience thing is you don't need to have a big audience to sell online. Because when you have a big audience, all that gives you the ability to do is sell one to many. All you have to do when you have no audience is learn how to sell one to one. Let me explain. When you're selling one to many, that's when you can post on Instagram like, hey, I'm doing a sale on these courses on this date. And because you have 20,000 followers, you can guarantee that at least 10 are going to take action, right? A small, minute percentage of your following count is going to take action and go and buy that product, and you make money. That's selling one to many. And selling one to many is great, right? But you can't sell one to many when you don't have an audience, right? So what you got to do is sell one to one, meaning you, instead of you posting that same piece of content, you can post it, but instead of telling people go and buy from this link or even putting a price on there, you tell people to DM you, right? Now that's a completely different approach, because the person with 20,000 followers can say, hey, go and buy this. But the person with a small community of a couple hundred people, they can't do that. So what you should do, instead of putting a price up there, is tell people, hey, if you're struggling with this and you want this outcome, send me a DM and I'll send you the program. Now there's a whole different conversation happening here. You're not trying to get people to just see it and then go take off. What you're doing, because you don't have a massive audience, is you're connecting with the person one-to-one, right? Because now when you talk to them one-on-one, you can understand more about their problems, the outcome they're looking for, sometimes even what their budget is, like how much money are they willing to put into solving these problems right now. So that's how you have to sell. You can't approach selling the same way as somebody that has an email list with 20,000 people, because they can just automate emails and run their business on autopilot. You can't do that yet. You have to do some legwork first, and then you'll get to that point. You have to kind of lay the foundation first, and that's going to help you take off. And I think here, the reason why most entrepreneurs, online business owners don't do this is because it's a fear of selling. You feel like terrified that you're selling something. Oh, I don't want to be sleazy. I don't want to be all on the phone. I don't want to talk to people. And you got to get out of that, because you don't have the luxury. You don't have thousands of followers yet. You don't have a massive community or a massive reputation where you're getting a ton of referrals. Therefore, if you're going to be selling, especially high ticket products, anything over, not even necessarily high ticket, but anything over $500, you probably gonna have to get on the phone to sell that. That's just the truth. And I would even argue that that's a good thing. I think this is the best way to start your online business career, because before, if you're selling one-to-one a lot, right? And this is before you have a massive audience, a big community, crazy reputation, all of that. If you're in the small leagues, you're in the beginning stage and you're building your way up, right? You learning all those tricks and how to sell and what to offer people and how to have a conversation, just going through the routine of selling to somebody one-on-one when you're in the beginning is the best thing for you, because now when you actually get up here to a big reputation, you went from here to here. Now people are already ready to buy from you, but you still have the sales skills if you need them. So it's kind of like a building character stage, right? You can't skip this. You don't want to. The people that I see that skip the process always struggle. Maybe not in the beginning, but down the line, they struggle a lot. Now, another thing you should be doing if you don't have an audience and you want to make money online is going to events. Go to these speaking events, get on stage, get you some spotlight, and that's going to help you a lot. Now, it sounds like it's impossible. It sounds difficult. I'm going to give you one of my best tips to get started. You should be doing the panel discussions. Yes, I said panel. Go up there, talk on a panel, be somebody that's a part of the conversation. You know, you're a part of the community, right? You're not getting a whole talk by yourself. You don't get a full hour keynote, no, but you still get on stage a little bit, you know, and that's kind of how you rub elbows with the right people. And the next time you do a little 30-minute, and the next time you get a keynote, and start looking at the virtual events. That's the same thing. You'll eventually be in a place where you can be in the right virtual events. You can be on stage here and there, and that's going to build the reputation aspect. See, my mindset has always been that the reputation and having the right connections in the industry is more valuable than the amount of followers that I have, because followers are fickle. You know, people will like you one day and the next day don't like you because of something they heard or something they might have seen and don't make sense. Now they unfollow you and they gone forever. Like, you can't really control that. But reputation takes a lot of effort to destroy, right? Like, I spoke about referrals earlier because I get referrals in my company now because of what I've done over the years, who I've helped, who I've worked with, how I helped them. I've even had some bad situations. I talk about this too. I'm very transparent, man. I've had clients I work with that I absolutely hated because they were very, very difficult to work with. That's okay, because I also have the other side, which is the positive side. And I think it's important for us to put our reputation and our connections over the follower count, because the followers could be going any day, literally any day. But the reputation you build over years, that takes some time to destroy, man. Like that it's harder to build that. You know what I mean? The follower count, you can get that in one day because you go viral, and then you can lose it just as fast. But the reputation, it could be destroyed, you know, quickly, depending on what we talk about destroy, because we know cancel culture is not real for some people. But most importantly, I want you to think about the priorities, right? Like, what are your priorities when it comes to building a business? What do you care about? Do you care about the followers? Do you care about how much money you make? Do you care about the impact you have? And I want to encourage you to be honest with yourself. Like, you don't have to, there's no right answer. You don't have to say, I care about the followers. If you care about making money more than anything else, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you because that's what you want. That's what you care about. I would just say your actions have to match up with that. And very rarely is having a lot of followers the answer to anything. Having a large audience, even. I can still connect with the people I need to connect with when I need to. I don't have to have 20,000 followers to do that. And I just think it's really important to understand the tactics and strategies you execute when you don't have that large audience. So if you have any more questions, if you want to talk more about building your audience, make sure you follow me on Twitter, @CoachChris_, and go and support the new show, The Business of Podcasting. My new book, The Business of Podcasting, Where the Microphone Meets Money, is coming out on May 28th. I'm super, super excited. I'll be on Podfest stage then, but I'm super excited to help more podcasters become profitable. Check out the pre-order link down in the description box down below. I'm Coach Chris, and I'll see you next time.